did what he did. He did what he did and what he should have done.
And what he does.
Against a poor defense. Skip, this was the worst defense in the NFC East last year. And you lost your two best defensive players in Landon Collins and Olivier Vernon. So if you're a poor defense and you lose your two best players from that defense, how did you get better? When did you get better? You didn't. Skip, look, did he throw? I thought he had two throws that were as good as throws that I've seen Dak make since he's been in the NFL. The one to Gallup up the rail, he put that in the bucket, and he threw the one to Amari Cooper right before the half to make it 21-7. He dropped that in the bucket. But other than that, Skip, did you know 12 of his 25 completions were over 2 yards of separation? Did you know that, Jenny? I didn't think you did. 3 of his 4 touchdowns. Randall Cobb had 7 yards of separation. Blake Jarwin had 5 yards of separation. Jason Witten had 3 yards of separation.
Called weapons.
Well, let me get this. I didn't ask you anything, Skip. I didn't ask you anything, Skip. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Oh, sorry.
I did.
It's my turn. Yeah, it's my turn right now. So, did he throw, was any of those throws what we call window throws or keyhole throws? Fitting balls into small areas? No, they were not, Skip. If you play a bad team, and this is what I've always liked, if I have a better team and I'm playing a team that I feel we should, looking at them on tape that we should beat, and we come out and handle our business, Skip, they didn't make it a 27-24 ball game. They didn't make it 24-20 where you have to sit on the edge and see, okay, man, the Cowboys going to do it. Come on. No. They took care of business early against a bad team. And that's what you do with a bad team. My grandfather used to say, boy, you're killing that with a sledgehammer. Then you don't go swat it and try to get it out your face. You go ahead and make sure, bam!
Who scored first? I forget.
Hold on. Get out there.
I just was making sure here. Maybe I watched a different game.
The Giants scored first.
Oh, thank you.
And that was really the only time that you felt threatened, and you know it. But I will give Dak his kudos. He threw the ball over 400 yards, 25 completions on 32 attempts. Great. He had a great day throwing the ball. He did what he should have done against a poor defense. Kudos. So, Skip, if you want to crown him,
I heard that yesterday from somebody. I think we might hear that in just a second.
How about this? I would do you like T.O. If that's your quarterback, that's your quarterback.
It is my quarterback.
Okay.
Oh, so I should cry?
Okay, that's your quarterback.
Crocodile tears?
No tears over there.
Fake tears?
There were no fake tears. The man was hurt. They were lashing out at his quarterback, and
that
he was
hurt.
hurt.
After they lost a home playoff game after going 13-3 with a bye, and somebody was trying to say, oh, you're blaming my quarterback. I'm going to cry about it because I love that you're blaming my quarterback.
Oh, and guess what happened, Jenny? What Skip also didn't tell you is that Jason Witten and Tony Romo was in Mexico.
I said that. I ripped both
in
of them.
Mexico.
Yep.
They were. Yes, they were.
Jessica Simpson,
Hold on. And one more thing before you go, Skip.
Bad luck.
Where did Jason Witten hair go? He was in the booth last year, had a head full of hair.
Well, maybe
he decided to go
stress.
tough.
I thought he was Fabio with all that hair up in the booth.
He joined the Marines again. He went back to Dallas.
How do you go from Fabio to Kojak in 3 months? I just need to know that.
He is not working for him?
I saw number 82 catch a touchdown
Man,
pass.
you know what's going
on. You believe in that?
I figured that would come
He
up
was
today.
moving and grooving.
No,
he looked like
wasn't.
he's
He
gained
was
he had a new pep in his step, didn't he?
You know what?
Quickness.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I think he might be spoiling to have a little 40-yard dash with Shannon.
I think you can get him now, Skip. Watching him run yesterday, I think you can get him at a 40.
You could be right about that. But I'm glad he's back. Just on presence, just on his blocking ability, just
leadership in the locker room,
Yeah, thank you. So, the reason I would not accept your bet, remember you're going to take 7.5.
Yes.
And the Giants was, I knew that team last year, and you could be right, maybe they're not quite as good, but they went 7-1 on the road against the spread last year. So they hung in every game. And every time they were 7 or 8 point underdogs, they covered.
Right.
And when you play an NFC East division rival, bad things happen, weird things happen, as happened in Philly. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes because Washington covered. Remember that spread? That was 10 points, and they scored late to cover because that's just what happens in that division. Happens in every division, but especially in that one. So, you know, you're right about this. I got to put it all back in perspective. Dak can't throw. He's a liability. He goes as Zeke goes. He's not even close to being a top 20. He's probably not even a top 25 quarterback.
I never said that.
Baloney, Shannon.
I said middle of the road.
I have been trying all offseason to warn you, to save you from yourself, because Dak Prescott took off last year after Jerry went and got him from Oakland, Amari Cooper. The last 10 games last year, he led the NFL in completions and in catchable passes, according to Pro Football Focus. And in the playoffs, he led the whole NFL in QBR. And then he goes out in the home opener and he posts a 97 QBR. The passer rating, it says he hit the top, but I agree with Troy Aikman on the Fox telecast. I don't even know how you get perfect, because he did miss some throws because there were 3 drops. Right. Mari dropped a couple that I thought he should have had.
Especially that third down. I thought he should have had that third down.
It just hit him right in the hands. You got to catch that. And Zeke had one Cabo drop. It's just from being in Cabo too long, right? And it hit him right in the hands on third down, or that would have been a conversion. And yet, my quarterback throws for 405 yards. You say he's like barely, he can't top 200. 4 touchdowns, no interception with 3 drops. And what I loved about yesterday was he threw it with conviction.
He did.
He threw it with supreme confidence from the start. And what I loved about the way the day unfolded is that Eli and company took the ball after opening punt, you know, their first possession, and they go 91 yards on 7 plays to score. Saquon got loose for 59. And again, I'm going to get to my defense in just a second. But Saquon, at points yesterday, did look like what you say is the best running back in football, because he gashed them several times. So all of a sudden, it's 7-0, and then guess what happened? Dak attack happened. Have we seen this before? 75 yards in 11 plays, touchdown. 93 yards in 9 plays, 14-7. 83 yards in 13 plays, up 21-7 at halftime, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, those are long drives featuring lots of big plays and lots of third down conversions. Why is that, Shannon Sharpe? Why have they taken it up a level? Because I told you all offseason, Kellen Moore will be much more on offense than Scott Linehan ever was. Scott Linehan was too much meat and potatoes. Now Kellen Moore's just splashing gravy all over my meat and potatoes. Huh? Little
you're aggressive.
Okay. More movement, more downfield throws, just more pizzazz, more sis boom ba. It's like you just sit back, and he used Dak's legs 3 crucial times. He did. Actually, 4 crucial times. Dak ran with the ball off the read option. Mm-hmm. And it works because he can run with the ball at about, he may not weigh 250. He looks like 235-ish now, but he's a big, strong man with pretty good mobility. So, again, Kellen Moore took advantage of that. But more important, if you saw Dak go to the sideline, they're high-fiving. He's connected. He loves Kellen Moore. I told you that they share a wavelength. They share a rapport. Mm-hmm. They share just a love. I think they have love for each other because they've been around each other a long time. So this is, I don't think Scott Linehan had love or a relationship with Dak Prescott.
I think he did. I think he did, Skip. But you have to realize Scott Linehan was brought in to call plays for Tony Romo. Kellen Moore was brought in to call plays specifically for and to base everything around what does Dak Prescott do really, really well. All right. And you saw yesterday the way he called that game. Oh, John Gruden's on the phone. He want to trade for Amari Cooper. No, we good. We good.
We use him right
now.
What
could have been?
Well, considering, Skip, you know, Keelan Dawes, they cut him. He went to Jacksonville. They tried to sign him back to the practice squad. He said, no, I'm good. They said, well, we'll give you a $300,000 signing bonus, and we'll guarantee you your rookie contract. He says, okay, I'll come back. Here he is. But Skip, come on now. You tell me the Giants. How many games you think the Giants going to win? Over, under 6?
I don't know. They could win 6.
You want to get some dew on that?
Well, I think that's
they could win 6.
Skip, their defense is very Skip. He let Amari, before you go, Randall Cobb scores on a play. It looks like they're going to play Tampa 2. Ogletree has no run responsibility. Why are you biting on the play fake? You got to get deep. You got to get the hole. The safety spread.
Wait a second. Don't they still have that guy you used to call Jackrabbit? Maybe he was fumbling with his handcuffs and he accidentally handcuffed himself.
Go ahead,
Did he handcuff himself?
Jack Rabbit would do a good thing.
You know what? Guess what the first throw of the game was? It was Amari working on Jack Rabbit just for you. It was just for you. It was a fairly deep out. He just ran him off the route and cut back to the sideline for an opening completion because I think they were saying to New York, nope, we're not afraid of you anymore. With Dez, they were afraid because Dez could not route him. He couldn't fool him with a route.
No.
He just had to beat him physically, and that's one guy. He's a big, strong, physical corner, and you can't beat him physically.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.